25 to central target, just like that. Got to say that's clever adjustment really, when you're so far away with the first dart, and then you can adjust by, well, in that case up to an inch and a quarter.
97.
Cover shooting paying dividends for Priestley, but he still trails by 2 legs.
Yeah, just that one breakdown,
100.
the 5th leg of the first set, the first session I should say. And he'll have that very much in mind.
I'm impressed by the way Wade has adjusted to the pace, mind John. He likes a more
100.
rumbustious match, but this is being played out with great dignity, and there are the highest checkouts. You can see Priestley right at the start, that was.
Yes, I suppose if we've got the real quickies coming up in Van Gerwen and
81.
Baxter in due course, you might describe James Wade as a medium pacer, if we can use a cricket analogy. Dennis most certainly is one of the slower bowlers.
Sedate, I think, would be the right word.
100.
Yes, he's more like Illingworth than Truman, isn't he? One of our favourite Yorkshiremen.
41.
Yes, dear old Frederick Seward Truman. We remember so fondly, involved in darts with the legendary indoor league produced by one Sid Waddell. 6 series of that, and Fred with his pipe was part of the darting.
Oh, and our Fred would have been proud of that particular Yorkshireman as he fires in a 180. I know the old man used to watch this game. Now we're going to see the younger fella hit one, are we? Unlucky, so close.
Station required 24.
But Priestley with a viperish comeback here. Double 12.
Game show
Yeah, a 13 dart leg from Dennis Priestley. Pulls him back to within 1, but he's got to break Wade's throw at some stage in this game to rectify that 5th leg earlier.
58.
Well, if he comes steaming in here with a 180, he will establish early control of the leg. He's on his way. He's well on his way.
You know, for a moment I thought, Mr. Lanning, you were going to be right again as you almost forecast a maximum. You certainly did yesterday. Get Roland Shelton's first for him, didn't you? But even a 140 in reply to 58 gives him control of the leg, especially now that Wade has followed up with 45.
Just look at this crowd again here on a dank Wednesday, and this brightens up the deal.
140.
Well, 2 140s from Priestley. If he puts another one in here, he'll be on 81. And it was only a couple of days ago, Eric Bristow and I were chatting and saying that the best legs often are those where you go 140, 140, 140, take the 81 in 2. Lovely way to throw darts. He's done it hundreds of times. I think I've done it twice in my life.
105.
Well, if you have the darts and you do that, you'll be beaten. But Priestley looking for the break. We mentioned that.
41.
And it really ought to come here.
160.
Want to square it up. Maybe not with these 3 darts, but certainly with the next visit to the mark. Could do it this time, John, couldn't he?
Tops for a 12 darter to follow up a 13 darter. Brilliant. Priestley raises the arm. Why not?
125 his average, which has really put daylight between him and his opponent in the averages anyway. The scores are all level, but he's now averaging 97 and checking out at 56%. And there's clear daylight between him and Wade. Now, can Dennis Priestley maintain that incandescent form?
Yes, the 125.25, of course, the 12 darter. It's exactly 1/4 of 5:01. It's 4 visits to the hockey. It will always be the 12 darter 125.25. We show it
78.
obviously to the nearest decimal point, 125.3. 13 and 12 takes his average up to 97 plus.
Which is 9 points ahead of Wade.
58.
It's 5 above 5, which is the main stat on that panel. If it gets
100.
to 12 apiece, Dave, has to be won by 2 clear legs, but that's a long way off yet.
And Dennis Priestley is used to marathon journeys, as they say. It's not the race, it's the pace that matters. And Priestley
45.
is a master at getting his pacing right over a long period of legs, and his resilience is internationally acknowledged.
Yeah, well, Wade is
95.
obviously a bit quicker than Dennis, but as a medium speeded up Priestley. Well, he's not going to. He's been as good a player as he is for donkey's years, because he does things his own way. He's a dour and determined Yorkshireman, is our Dennis. He ain't going to change at his age.
Left himself a finish, Priestley. And remember, he was 4-2 down and 5-3 down. But just by sheer grindability and some very, very accurate arrow play, he looks now like he has James Wade just thinking twice about things.
Yeah, well, Wade himself hit a bit of a purple patch before Priestley suddenly found those 13 and 12 darters. And it's just knocked him off his stride a little bit, hasn't it? As Priestley looks at 135, 110. Be interested to see if he goes for the ball. He may do. It looks as though he's going for a 135 finish on the ball. Well, that'll leave 31.
And Wade can't finish, of course, on 174. So Priestley looking set to regain the lead.
66.
Dave, I'm just a little surprised that Priestley didn't go for 10 to leave tops, because he has been throwing well at tops. Now he's got a split 31, 15 and double 8.
Well, perhaps this will be the answer, and we'll see why he chose this route. Double 4. Wade, that's 108, so Priestley can't afford to dally.
Game shot of the 11 flag. Dennis Priestley.